Hello. This small video will show you how to create a simple machine for SprutCAM. On the screen you can see the three-dimensional model for the machine that we will create in this lesson. This model has a simple 3-axis machine and one rotary axis. First of all, we need to create the new folder of machine. To make it, I create. Here is the folder where the machine is located. I create new folder. The name of machine is that. Create new folder, and in this folder I will copy the prototype of my machine. For example, the best prototype for my machine is this one. I just copy this file. This is file machine descriptor. I will rename this file and load this file to any text editor. I will use Delphi as the text editor. Load it. Okay. So here is my machine descriptor. The first, I need to rename the registration section. Make it here, and the caption will be the same. And the next, here is the identifier of the machine that is described below. So I will insert this line, and it must be equal to this identifier, and the caption for our machine will be the same. The next, I need to change this GUID because if it will be the same like in the before, then SprutCAM will not have the difference between these machines. I can change any number in this, and the next, change the priority. Okay, it can be the same. Rename the name of the machine. Comment. Image. For the image, you can set any name of the photography, and icon. So because these files are absent, so we will not change it. And the developer of the machine, for example, is Socialize. Nice. The next, this is the default parameters for our machine. These parameters are shown in any machine in this section. Machine, any machine. Oh, sorry. I need to switch to the English version. Just a moment. So it is the default parameters that are shown in SprutCAM in this folder. Okay, we will not change it for our machine. Go to the next. Well, The next is this is control data, and the next is machine state parameters list. These parameters are shown in SprutCAM in this part. So rotary axis, linear axis, all this is machine state parameters. So if we need to add some line in this place, we need to add in our machine some new item in machine state parameters section. Well, our machine will have a-axis, x-axis, y-axis, z-axis, a-axis, and maybe c-axis. Well, some words later about it. The net ports, maybe it will be also, and the next one. Okay, that's all for a while. The next, go to the SprutCAM. Sorry, load my project. It was lost after the translation. Well, first of all, I will make simple 3-axis machine. To do it, I need to select the frame, for example, and save it as default to my folder. Save as OSD file, and it will be the frame OSD. So I created the frame OSD. The next, I will save the table, and the next I will save the Z. Sorry. Okay, that is understandable, I hope. So go to our descriptor, and this schema is the description of our machine. So the first will be the frame of our machine, which has the frame OSD. Nice. The next is Z axis Z, axis Z, and tool axis Z. It is just the ZOSD. So just a moment, it's better to make something like this. Well, this is axis Z, and it contains inside the tool. The tool type is tool mill holder. The next is x-axis. X-axis because it is located in the workpiece branch of the machine tree. We need to inverse the direction of this vector. And the next I will create the y-axis, and So it's better to make Y here. So the next code I will make us comment for a while. Yes. So I make just 3 simple axes: Z, Y and X. Inside X axis I need to define the place for the workpiece. It must be inserted here. I just copy it in this place. So now we can save our file, and so it is saved, and after that I need to try to open it with, for example, Internet Explorer. If this file haven't some, so it was opened correctly, so we can try to insert this file in SprutCAM. Just a moment, we need to, well, y-axis has no the image file, and x-axis has the table OSD. Well, maybe that it is enough. Save it again, go to SprutCAM and try to switch on machines library, select schemas and our new file, edit. So after that, yes, select it and create plus. Well, click OK. So we need to restart SprutCAM to see our file. Let's try to do it. Okay. No. Now try to look for our machine. So the image is not defined, but we can choose it. So now we can see our machine. The image for the z-axis is incorrect. We'll try to correct it. Well, really, z-axis has the name axis z. Correct it, save the file, and try to reload the machine. So SprutCAM crashed because we have some bad parameters for the cylindrical interpolation. Close it. Disable cylindrical interpolation and try to run again. Well, we can see our machine, and its position is there. Try to create some operation, and here is the 0 of our machine. For example, if we will set the machine tool change position as x0, y0, z0. Let's try to run. So here is the 0 of the position of the machine. We'll try to import some model, for example this one. So the model is located here. It is better to translate the machine origin on the middle of the table, on the center of the table. So to do it, we need to create additional motion for the workpiece node. Well, I will reload the parts of the machine and try to find the center of the table. So everything must be disabled and table. So here is the measuring. Yes, here is the distance x, y, z. We need to save these numbers and okay. Well, approximate coordinates for the middle of for the center of the table is about -500 in x, -400 in y, and -885 in z. Well, put these values in our schema. Well, to do it, I create new axis. And inside I put my table inside this axis. It will be just axis, and it will be disabled in our machine but it will have its own matrix. I copy the matrix section and define sorry, X, Y, Z. So, because this additional axis, because the table workpiece holder is located inside our additional invisible axis, we'll try to save and rerun SprutCAM. Well, now we can see the origin in the center of our machine, and now we can import, for example, our part, and it will be located in this center, and then let's try to create some operation. Yes. And let's try to set use tool change x0 0 0. So now it works. Nice. The next we want to add some rotary axis. Well, I need to load machine parts again. And for example, all this part will be just one part. Okay, this one and this one I locate it inside this one, so all this part will be something, and save it as just a moment, use as Walter. Okay, save it as Walter X. Okay, I'm saving this OSD file and go to my schema and define new axis Walter X on my table on the x-axis. So I create something like Just a moment. Okay, copy this one. This access will be enabled. It will not have some matrix or table, but it will have image file. Next, so if we want to control the position of this equipment on the table, we need to add additional machine state parameter. So I will make a copy of this parameter. Just make Intel value for z-axis remove this one and make simple copy. For example, creating new parameter, Walter X position, caption. It is the address, Intel value is 0, group other, access control other, and we need to make the reference from the machine access to this state parameter. So it can be done by the next. So parameter name, we define in Walter X this parameter name and set it as value Walter X post. Control C, and yes, and it will be something like 2x6. Oh, sorry. Oh, not. It's my mistake. Can be done here. Yes. Well, save this new access and try to reload SprutCAM. Well, now we can see the position of our rotary equipment. It is located in the same place like it was on the picture. The next one, we need to define the rotary plate. Well, also in the machine we can see this X position, and we can control its position. For example, this one, and it will be moved together with the table. Well, the next, I load the parts again So now I need to define this part, because this part will be rotated around the parent node. It must be located along z-axis. So I need to make it. The first, I need to make all paths invisible. It will be the first. Yes. After that, make it visible, and try to locate it in the center of this hole. For this I need to choose it. This one. Select it. Rotating around y-axis in 90°. Yes. And the next, I need to locate the zero. I need to locate the zero. I need to locate this part in the zero. So to make it, I need to create maybe just a moment. Select this surface and create new local coordinate system, and look the parameters of this system. Remember these numbers. And cancel, and go to global coordinate system, and after that try to translate it on these values: x, y, and z. So okay, we need to locate this part along z-axis, and after that we can save it. Select it and copy save as. Well, we've named the plate. Okay. Save the plate. Well, after that we need to locate this plate in the inside our Walter equipment. So to rotate it, we need to know this point. Well, I again create coordinate system and see the parameters. Well, it is the same number. After that I go to machine descriptor and define inside inside my Walter X block I will define the rotary axis. I will copy it from this one. So we need the this is our A-axis. We use plate and these parameters rotate Y defines rotates our plate along X-axis. Let's try to see on our result. Well, close SprutCAM and rerun it again. Well, we can see our plate. It is located in the origin of the machine. Yes, and also there is the A-axis. If we will change the value, it will be rotated, but the direction and the position of our axis is not right. First of all, it is the direction is wrong and the zero axis position rotation is wrong. So to correct it, to correct the direction, we need to change this value, and after that we need to make some translation. I will copy it from another matrix. These numbers cannot be equal, and input my values. Well, save and rerun SprutCAM again. Well, the plate is located on the right place, and the A-axis has the good position. Well, but now it is not the place for the workpiece. If I import any part, for example, import any part, it will lay on the table, and it will not depend on the axis position. How to locate the workpiece position on this table? Well, to do it, I need just to create the workpiece node, workpiece place. Well, go to SprutCAM and go to schema descriptor, and inside our A-axis define new workpiece position. Copy this one and insert it inside A-axis, and for example, this workpiece position name will be cut to maybe, and this the caption Walter A. So now our machine has two different places for the workpiece, and it will be shown in SprutCAM. Well, I save it and go to SprutCAM again and try to rerun it. Well, there is no changes from the last time, and we can import any model. It will be located on the plate, but there is current workpiece holder, because our machine has two places for the workpiece. This line is appeared in SprutCAM, so, and I can select it. So now my part is located here, but it's also rotated. If I don't need the rotation for my part, I can add additional axis to rotate part along that axis again. Well, close SprutCAM and make invisible C-axis and locate the workpiece place inside this axis. Well, create new axis. It is rotary axis. It has the matrix with the negative angle, this one, and it also must be disabled. Also, I need this one. Axis type rotary, and workpiece must be located inside this. It is disabled, so there is no parameter name for this axis. And after that, save and try to look it in SprutCAM. So we can see this one. We can change this table, and if we will import any model, it will be located like in global origin system. Well, maybe that's all about machine creation. I hope it will help you to create your own good machines. Thank you very much.